because the companies which I work with are very, very well established companies in India. And this is because my positioning is ease of living. The kind of ease of living, I always tell every entrepreneur in India that one member of your family should be outside India. Because this is a very strong way of growing business. Because business, the foundation of business is trust. And you generally trust people in your family. And you will be surprised that last year $129 billion was remittance done by Indians abroad to India. And the foreign direct investment to India if you see UAE, 85% of what UAE imports is re-exported by UAE to Africa and Europe. Look at exports is re-exported to Europe. Singapore, 88% to Southeast Asia. And of course, US, Kenya are US is a very large consumption country. So can we have this kind of a trading hub in Bahrain? And that is where the manufacturing will also play a role, even if it could be an assembly. So so my message to Bahrain companies is that will you grow in a 94 billion PPP economy of Bahrain or in an economy which is 111 trillion plus outside Bahrain? So I think you are all entrepreneurs. I mean, it's a very common sense question, right? Our growth will come outside Bahrain. So now the point is that how to take our businesses outside. And many of you must already be exporting. To you, my message is how to grow your business. How to grow your business. If you are already doing business outside Bahrain, how to grow it. So to me, there are two aspects of taking your business global. One aspect is strategic, another is transactional. I must appreciate openly here that all these developed countries, US, Canada, Europe, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, all of these developed countries have one thing which I think we in Asia miss is the strategic approach to develop a business. We are very transactional. We are operational. We are, looking at 1 month, 2 month, 3 month kind of a scenario. They are very strategic. This is the definition of competitiveness I follow. To me, taking your business starts with some strategic approach to look at your business. There are 4 elements of competitiveness. Efficiently create goods and services which meet global market demand, leading to rising living standard for everybody in the society and which is sustainable into the future. Efficiently create goods and services is innovation. Now, many of you, I was talking when I came here, you are into building material, you are into construction material, you are into textiles, you are into several businesses. So many of you are in that business in Bahrain. So many of you are in this business all over the world. Are you doing the business the way everybody is doing? Then do not complain about price being low. Do not complain about credit to be given in the market. Do not complain about bad debts. Do not complain that the market is low because you are part of the crowd. If you want to take a leadership position, you have to do innovation in your business. To me, innovation doesn't mean you develop a product and trademark and patent. That is hardly 5% of innovation world. Any of the process you can do differently, and I'll give you several examples, very practical, related to your business. So what is it? One thing, in my definition, innovation is one thing you do different than anybody else. That's it. It will set you apart. Now, what is that one thing? It's your business, you would know, and that will require a creative time. Today, the biggest challenge to an entrepreneur is that we are handling operations, and therefore we do not have time. We are just busy handling operations. I always say, an entrepreneur should not run the business. An entrepreneur should grow the business. Both activities are different. Both activities need full time. If we are running the business, the growth is going to be a challenge. Now the point is, if you don't run, who will run? So I will explain that. But my point is, we are not able to innovate because we do not have time to think about the creativity, which meet global market demand. To me, a company may be earning millions of dollars, by doing business in a local market, to me it's not competitive. It may be earning millions of dollars. Because to me, only when a company starts exporting, it has beaten some company in the world who is best at it to get that order. And that to me is the benchmark of competitiveness. So therefore, if you have to take your product or services global. Let me ask this, how many of you are into service sector? How many of you are into service sector? Okay. How many of you are into products? Product manufacturing, trading. Okay, majority. So fine, because what I'm telling applies to products as well as services. And leading to rising living standard for everybody in the society. This is very interesting. And why I always wonder why we don't have Facebook and Google and Amazon and Microsoft in India. One of the, you'll be, if you follow Jeff Bezos' social media handles, about 15 days back he keeps posting that picture. He posted, oh listen, I was sitting in a 20 feet by 20 feet room alone, coding alone, to sell books on Amazon because I did not have the salary to pay for one person. That is the beginning. A lot of people say, oh, you are giving example Amazon, it's a big company. But look how it started. All of us have more than one person in our company, right? He did not have money to pay a salary of one person. But how did he grow business then? Many of us think that we need capital to grow business. It's not true. There is a very interesting it's called Wolfenson's framework. Wolfenson was the president of World Bank for 10 years. He developed this framework. It's called 7 forms of capital. And money actually is a lower form of capital, according to World Bank, which itself is an organization dealing in capital. We will talk about it if there is time. But leading to rising living standard, how did they grow? They gave equity in their company. He gave equity. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook gave equity. Bill Gates gave equity to young people. They wanted young people to work with them, smart, bright people to work with them for next 25 years. Why would a young, smart person work with Mr. Narayan Murthy of India, who had to put his wife's jewelry on loan to buy 5 computers? He had to put his wife's jewelry on loan to buy 5 computers. Why would a smart youngster work with him? But he gave a vision. He said, this is what I think in 10 years, 20 years, Infosys will be. And people like Nandan Nilankani, Rajgopal and Bala Subramaniam, Rajgopal, they got attracted to that vision, they worked. Today, the equity held by these young people that time is worth $1 billion. Who would have paid them that salary? This is the story. Can we bring, the IT businesses in the world have cracked the model of balancing the living standard of everybody in their company. I mean, manufacturing and trading have not been able to crack that model. So I work very, very closely on this model because I know this is the foundation of competitiveness. Because growth happens with people. You cannot grow alone, right? Which is sustainable into the future. Now, laws are coming, such laws in India. There are laws now that by certain year, no non-electric vehicle will be allowed to be produced. Like that, every country is coming out with regulations. European Union has come out that from April, no product will be allowed to enter Europe if it doesn't have ESG certifications. Then how will we do business? So sustainable into the future, eco-friendly is a very strong element which everybody should incorporate in the business. These 4 elements you think today, and you see how is it present in your business, or if not, how to bring it into your business. Then your business is going to last for 20 years. One big challenge which most entrepreneurs today are facing is our children are not wanting to join our business. And it is because they have studied abroad, you have done well in business, you had the money to send them to study abroad. They studied abroad, they understood these concepts, and they see that this is missing in the parental company. But at that time when you started business, you were right. That time was different. The way you started was the right way to start. But today it has built to a level where if we want to bring our youngsters back, we will have to adopt these kind of frameworks and strategic approach to our business. I mentioned to you about being innovative, one thing different. Quickly, I will tell example because I was speaking to Ibrahim that what are the businesses you all come from. So I have picked up some such examples. So I have picked up example of roti, kapda, makan. I always say roti, kapda, makan, padhai, dawai. These 5 things, never ever in the world demand will go down because they are all connected to population growth. Anything with food, anything with textile, anything with construction building material, anything with education, and anything with healthcare. And I'm sure all of you fall under one of these 5. I went to Gulf Food last year. There was a company from Brazil who was selling Indian spices. Company from Brazil selling Indian spices. And a Brazilian-owned company, not an Indian-owned company. And I was surprised that their price was 20% more than the market price. I said, how do you do business? You know, the kind of technology they used in their business, amazing. This is called innovation, and anybody can do. And it is so low-cost innovation, but what a smart way. They had put a QR code on the product packaging. On the top of the QR code, it was written, before buying, check if it is suitable to you or not. I said, who does marketing like this? This is like demarketing. Anyway, I took my phone to the QR code, I scanned it. It asked me 5 questions. What is your height? What is your weight? Do you have blood pressure? Do you have cholesterol? Do you have diabetes? I wrote everything. It gave a red line came, this product is not suitable to you. Even though I had written my weight as less. Right? and just in a second, next line came in green color. 4 products from where I am sitting is suitable to you. Wow. I went to the 5th product. I scanned my phone. It took my data from backend. It gave me 5 reasons why this product is suitable to me. What an amazing use of technology to create a differentiator experience for a customer before purchase. Before purchase. What is the cost of attaching a QR code? Hardly, not even $100. It's not that for innovation you have to put a lot of money, right? It's the idea. Now this is half the story. Then I went and asked them more. They said we have integrated our billing with the billing point of sales in the supermarkets and of course online, where if you purchase this from a supermarket, the moment a bill is cut, after 24 hours this QR code changes. You put it in your kitchen and if you scan after 24 hours, it will take you to one food tourist destination in the world. One food tourist destination in the world. Right? And every day it will take you to a new food tourist destination in the world with a back-end website, with videos and information about that. It took me first time, you know, seeking your apology, I must give this example because that is the truth. It took me to the champagne town, right, where champagne is made. When it started, 1852, who started, how it started, what is the process, how it is grown, what are the wineries, what is the process which happens? There are 62 varieties of champagne. Why champagne made in Champagne is only champagne? Why is it a GI? In which country, how much is being sold? What is the distribution method? What is a bad champagne? Amazing experience. Then second day, it took me to Afghanistan. Did you know 450 years back, first time pomegranate was grown in Afghanistan? And then it went around the world. How did the journey happen? How it is grown? Who are the farmers growing? Nowadays, we are all addicted to phone. Now imagine after 1 month, if my spices are over, will I buy it again or not? But it's not available in my store in Ahmedabad. I'm coming from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Not available there. But they have a stock point in Bombay. Below it is written, buy from this e-commerce site. And it is 20% more. But because of the technology and because of the experience it is giving me beyond the spice, I keep buying it. This is an example of innovation. And it doesn't require too much investment. There must be 200,000 companies in India dealing in spices. But how is it that this Brazilian company is selling 20% higher than anybody else? I have a student in Tirupur. Tirupur is a town near Coimbatore where T-shirts, there is a very, very strong knitwear cluster. T-shirts are made. And sorry, can I have some water bottle? Yeah. So he went to study in Germany, mechanical engineer, masters, and all of that. And his father runs the knitwear factory for the last 30 years. Yeah, thank you. 30 years. He called me and he said, I'm frustrated. I want to go back to Germany, I'll do a job. I say, come on, your father's factory is one of the largest and such a good company, and what's the problem? He said, you know, we are selling a T-shirt, normal T-shirt, it is called polo T-shirt, round neck, half sleeve, a single solid color, 100% cotton. It's called 130 GSM fabric. He says, we are selling for 130 rupees. And we have to put our fold hands, go to Marks and Spencer, JC Penney, H&M, and all these Zara stores and buyers and request them severe competition, 2,500 factories. And we are not really making money. I want to do something new, but my father said, this is how we have built and you have to take it forward. So I was discussing with him. I said, do something different. Now here I will bring to you a very interesting element. It is called triple helix of competitiveness. This is the strategic approach. Government, academia, and industry. To me, again, I give example of US. US is to me the benchmark of innovation in the world. And that is why perhaps it is in that economic stage. Right? And of course, it's a nation of immigrants. It is the immigrants like us who have built US. But government, academia, and industry linkage is so strong. The foundation of this is academia-industry linkage. Of course, government plays such an important role in any country to create competitiveness. And so government to academia, government to industry, and industry to academia. So what this boy did, he worked with a scientist, Department of Science and Technology, CSIR. There is a lab with amazing scientists. He worked with them. In 1.5 years, he developed a T-shirt, which if you wear it in a cold climate, it becomes hot. The T-shirt becomes hot, warm. And if you wear it in a warm climate, it becomes cold. And he got it patented. I know, because I know Zara. And they used to come to his office and sit outside and put hands folded like this, please give us 20,000 T-shirt. How the market reversed. And he sells for 4,000 rupees. 4,000 rupees a T-shirt. And he tells them, sorry, I will not give you 20,000, I'll give you 2,000 T-shirt. But you have to buy 200,000 T-shirt of my 130 rupees also as a bundle. Innovation is a door opener. Innovation in itself is not going to lead to a very large business, but it's a door opener for your regular business. Ceramic tiles, I have a student in Harry Chanchalani Impacts in Ahmedabad. He puts a digital RFID tag into his slides, into his ceramic tiles. Anyone here in ceramic tiles business? Ceramic tiles, stones, granite, marble. Okay. He puts a digital tag. And why? I said, why? So he showed me on his screen. Look, my last shipment went to Argentina. And see, mapping, satellite mapping through RFID chip tracking. This is the place outside of Buenos Aires where highest construction activity is happening because my tiles are being installed there right now in maximum density. Because he is able to track the final installation. And he says, now my strategy is to open a retail store nearer to this area so that my chance of selling the tiles to that area will become faster because if our goods are nearer to the geography, it works. This I call innovation, right? And then innovative ideas. There are a lot of women here. So I have a student called Usha Shedgame in Chicago. 20 years she worked in Cisco. She is an IT professional, but very passionate about the country. So we have a smart village program. She adopted her village in Shirdon. Shirdon is a village in Maharashtra. And she made a group called Smart Sakhi Shirdon. They are making chivda, Marathi chivda. Marathi chivda has its flavor, has its liking in the Marathi community and even outside. She imports this into the US. Her only USP is that this chivda is made in village by women. That is her USP. And you will be surprised. She was telling me 70% of her sales is to non-Indians. We would think that chivda would be consumed by Indians because of the USP. Right now, that to me is innovation. I can go on like this. I can go on to narrate 100 examples, but I will stop here. And I'm offering here to all of you. Any one of you come to me and see, look, this is my business. Tell me what innovation can we do. There is a process. I don't know. How many of you have listened to design thinking? Or how many of you know design thinking? So okay. So design thinking is a very interesting scientific approach of innovation. I will encourage all of you to go to YouTube. And how many of you watch YouTube? Right, so wrong question. Okay. Go to YouTube and write design thinking. how design thinking will apply to hardware business. You will get amazing videos. You are an entrepreneur. You just get a thought, you will execute it into an action, right? And I can also help you because we do this every day. I know so well that for a business to succeed and grow so that they can create more jobs, you have to be innovative. You cannot do the way business is being done by everybody, right? And again, this is a concept I will like to, how much time I have? If then I will position it like that. Sorry. How much more? Okay, fine. Thank you. You tell me whenever. You tell me. Yeah, thank you. So now this is something we did in pandemic, and this is I'm very proud because I have seen the application of this concept, and it has transformed businesses. Now this is called new normal economy after pandemic. In pandemic, a lot of ways of business change for a lot of people, right? So the concept is called KEYDW. It is, see, you will all know now that now the permanent constant is change. Either you can be a victim of change or an agent of change. Anytime somebody comes to me and my business is not doing good, we do a change audit. That when there was a time to change in your business, did you change or not? Right? So this is what economy has changed after pandemic. What is that? Knowledge economy. KEYDW. I am extremely proud today World Bank has adopted this framework, and this framework we developed, and knowledge economy. We are in a knowledge economy. Doesn't matter you are a manufacturer, you are a trader, you are a service provider, doesn't matter. As much knowledge you will attach to your business, that much your business will grow. I'll give you a very interesting example rather than talking theory. American government, I told you, US economy is 30 trillion. American government spending is $6 trillion. American government spending. $3 trillion of goods and services American government imports every year. 3 trillion. Imagine. If you want to be a supplier of services or products to American government, you have to be registered under a portal called sam.gov, which is free. There is no registration fees. Only after being a registered vendor, you can bid for the tenders, which are international competitive bidding. Companies from around the world can bid. Now, you will be surprised that around 980 Indian companies are registered. 980 Indian companies are registered under the SAM portal, right? 10,800 Chinese companies are registered. And the form has to be filled in English, which the Chinese don't know. We don't know. We do not have the knowledge. We are not aware. This is an example of how to attach knowledge to your business. And a lot of your products, American government is buying, right? So there are so many examples of this kind of a knowledge. And eco-friendly economy, we already discussed, youth-driven economy. I'll tell you a very interesting analysis you can do. In your company, it's called age audit. In your company, make a list of all the people working in your company, put an age across all of them, total up the age and divide by the number of people. And average age of your company in terms of employees should be between 28 to 30. Because if it is, then you have that ability to understand what is the technological change taking place in the world, which you can incorporate in your business and grow your business. Right? Today, all of you must be knowing how many of you work on ChatGPT? ChatGPT, right? And Perplexity, right? And Gemini, right? In the end, I am going to give you an amazing example of what AI is doing today in your business, right? So youth-driven economy, if more young people, then they can connect to the way business is done in today's world, which is different. You will be surprised, I was telling you, Amazon started with one person. You know, last year, what was the sales of Amazon? $638 billion. Sales of Amazon, $638 billion, right? And digital economy. So again, a lot of digitalization. A lot of people tell me, no, AI and digital is going to lead to job loss. People are going to lose jobs. Never in the history of mankind, technology has led to job loss. Never. It's a myth. I have got data to prove. On the contrary, by adopting these technologies, your business will grow and you will hire more people. Yes, there will be job displacement, replacement, and you have to retrain. There is a World Bank report of last year that by 2027, 76% of the existing workforce in the entire world have to be retrained. 76%. In any case, training should be an integral part of any business. Right? I worked in Xerox. I was so lucky. Every 3 months, we used to have a training program for every employee in the company. Every employee. Always. And that is one reason why today also Xerox is a world leader. Right? And work from home, work from anywhere economy. I want to ask you a question. In terms of marketing, can you tell me in today's world one function of marketing for which an employee should come to your office and work? I'm giving you 1 minute. Tell me one function of marketing for which employees should come to the office and work and cannot work from home. This is the transformation which took place in pandemic. And what is marketing today? Marketing collaterals, your website, your emails, your phone calls, your video calls you do. You go to take part in exhibition, which you go outside. Very rarely buyers comes to your office. So can we get international skilled manpower? In my company, I have 160 people, out of which we have hired people from 15 countries. We have people from Philippines, Brazil, South Africa. I got international talent. They all work from home. My Ahmedabad staff also works from home. After pandemic, we changed that model. So can our businesses do that? Of course, not every activity can be done from home. I am giving you an example of marketing. That this will create this is the new model of doing business. I know some companies in Bahrain I met yesterday, they have got their people, they have got their staff in Sri Lanka. And they say that we are able to do global business, right? So this is the thought process we have to work on. Now I come to a very interesting aspect, which is, so a lot of people ask me, hey, this is my product, can it be exported? And I always give these few examples. Now this is goat dung. Right? In Gujarati, we say bakri ki lindi. This is goat dung. Right? Okay, before that, let me tell. So work from home. Actually, the women-owned businesses, I see a lot of women here. Women-owned businesses, amazing. You will be surprised. I was fortunate. I traveled with Mr. Modi when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat several times abroad. I used to plan his foreign tours. Even on his first tour to US as a Prime Minister, I was with him. When we went to China in 2012, and we were surprised. Mr. Modi made this comment that in every meeting which we went to, in every meeting in China, we saw so many women as part of the meeting. Right? 68% of the women in China are in the economic workforce. 68%. For no reason, China is $19 trillion. 62% in US, 20% in India. I do not know about Bahrain. 20% in India. Where is the question of developed India? Where is the question of a developed economy if women are not part of economy? And work from home is particularly such a situation where, and the skills which are required, the skills like Alibaba company, 65% of their manpower is women. Why? I was actually talking to a senior person there, and he said because the skills which are required for this type of work are you have to do multitasking, and women by nature are multitasking. And China leveraged that skill, right? So there are so many businesses which women can do, and I'm going to talk about particularly e-commerce. Every business which your family is running, the women can take charge of the e-commerce part of it. And I will explain how, with some real life examples of how e-commerce is happening. A lot of people tell me, oh, e-commerce is IT business. I do not know IT. I do not understand technology. E-commerce is not IT business. E-commerce is logistics business. You have to set up the platform once. You have to do delivery every day. It's a delivery business. It's a logistics business. So we will see. And so goat dung. So there is a company in Rajkot. Any one of you here from Rajkot origin? Rajkot? Okay. So there is a company in Rajkot, and the person doesn't know English, that person doesn't know computer, right? He is exporting goat dung to a New York Stock Exchange listed company in US. He is not allowed to put the picture. This is not his product picture under his NDA. And he is exporting around $1.5 million of goat dung yearly. And whenever I ask him what is the biggest challenge of your business, he says, I don't get supply. Right? And it is being used as a manure for the rose plant. And he has got amazing designer box in which he packs with a designer ribbon. And it's a $3 a box. And people take it to their home and use it as a manure for the rose plant, because rose plants needs water throughout the day. You can't put in morning and next day morning, won't give good color and fragrance. Goat dung has a God-given quality. You put water, it absorbs water, whole day it releases little water. That's the quality of the product. And look at the business model he has built. He has hired 400 children between 14 to 18 years of age. Imagine America. Imagine child labor issue. Imagine a public listed company in US. What a big hue and cry. But no hue and cry. On the contrary, this company's case study is part of their corporate website. Why? What is the USP he has done in business? This is what I'm saying be a differentiator. He said, listen, these 400 children are the children of construction workers who do not go to school. I have hired buses. They take them to school. I pay their school fees. Half a day, they go to school. Half a day, they collect goat dung for me. I don't pay them salary. It's not child labor. They said, yes, this is called corporate social responsibility. He said, yes. Later on, he was telling me I did not understand what it means, right? Because it was in English. Business model, entrepreneurship, rural, right? Why I give these examples? Today I want to ask all of you, I am setting up a benchmark for you. Is your product better than this or not? But are you exporting? Right? So now this is a challenge to your entrepreneurship, right? And this is my another student in Jaipur, Sunrise Agriland. And he in pandemic, a lot of Middle East countries were worried that if countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, they stop exporting fruit, vegetable, food grains, what we will do? Food security, right? And Kellogg's was appointed, Kellogg's by Abu Dhabi government. Kellogg's is the only level 5 food lab in the world. And that gave us a report in 3 months, what can we grow faster in a desert condition. They gave a lot of recommendation. One recommendation was in the 5 western states of India, cow dung is something of indigenous cow specifically, because they did a lot of experiments which will lead to faster agriculture. And the last sentence is very interesting, you must read. This is Kellogg's observation. Many countries have found after research on indigenous cow dung, it can not only increase the production of crops, but the use of the products produced from it can relieve humans from serious ailments. Now, again, I am asking this question. He is doing, I think, last year, total India's cow dung export was $22 million. Again, this guy, Sunrise Agriland, says, I don't get supply. Right? So this is a second benchmark for you. Third benchmark nearer to you, right, is a rotten potato. Ahmedabad. How many of you been to Ahmedabad? Oh, so many. Oh. If you, next time you go, if you cross Kalapur railway station across the road, you will find a big board, Devendra Trading Corporation. He is exporting rotten potatoes to Saudi Arabia. Rotten potatoes. He showed me a purchase order. In that it was written, if more than 5% is good quality potato, then payment will be deducted. I said, please don't go to any quality conference. The conference will wind up. Why? SABIC Corporation is their buyer. 10 years back, SABIC Corporation was experimenting on a product. Today it's a huge product, big plant. They extract starch out of rotten potato. They have done a chemical treatment. They have made a thin brick and it is patented. They have a monopoly. And they sell to airlines. When airlines putting aviation fuel, when they put this brick, it increases the mileage of the aircraft by 30%. Product application. Your product is better than rotten potato or not, right? Scrap, the scrap which we throw away, India generates so much of scrap, but still we import scrap, right? There is something we throw away, right? And Iceland, if you follow my social media, you will see this story. A company in Iceland is exporting 20 containers of ice every month to Dubai. Come on, I can't understand. Ice. Generally we say, oh, freight is nowadays so high, and this is a refrigerated container. How can anybody buy ice from so far with such a freight? You know why? They have documentation and they challenge, this is the purest water of the world with certification. There is no purer water than this in the world. They say, let anybody come and challenge us, we'll close our company. They have all the scientific data. The 7-star hotels, the royal family, rich people use this water. We say freight is a problem, right? The freight nowadays is high. There is always a way. Anytime any one of you feel low that there is a depression in market, check this website, marinetraffic.com, real-time satellite picture of any time, even now. How many ships are moving around in the world? If so many ships are moving with containers, how come your business you are feeling low, right? So take your business global. Your container will be in one of these ships, right? And now I come to execution. I have given you some strategic thought process. If you want to export, I call it 20-10 formula. Preparation is more important than the market. I already showed you the market. I said $111 trillion is outside Bahrain. So if we have to grow, it will grow by exporting. But are we prepared? Now there are 20 steps of preparation. One is called, in whatever business you are doing, I am encouraging you today to go and check the #1 company in your business in the world, their website, and see what is it that they have done in their website which you should be doing and it is not in your website. Because everybody makes a website only for two purposes, a PR and sales. So entire marketing strategy of a company is reflected in the website. So whatever business you are in, check #1 company and you see best practices and transform into your website. And then global website ranking, B2B, B2C, aggregator, brochure, case studies. How many of you have a written case study of your business? Okay, interesting. So we all have case studies. We would never be in business if we have not solved the problems of people. Case study is solving problem of anybody. 3 stages. What is the problem your customer came to you with? What solution did you give? And what is the impact of that solution? Every one of us have case study, but we have not written it. Write it. Because it's a tool to do lead generation into lead conversion. A lot of us have the problem, lead generation happens, lead conversion doesn't happen into an order. Case study is something which will push a lead to lead conversion. Why? First time, how anybody will know you are a good company? How anybody will know you will ship on time, you will, I appreciate His Excellency was talking today to the gentleman that start the program in time, finish on time. Now that is the kind of a leadership which you have to take in your entrepreneurship, right? How anybody will know you will ship on time, your prospective buyer, that you will give the same quality that you have promised and it will be packed and it will be, first time, how they will know? So a case study will prove them. Oh, if somebody is satisfied with what you have done, you are a good company. Like that, I have listed here video testimonials. How many of you have a video testimonial of your customer? Oh, good. Right? A lot of people say, oh, if I put video testimonial of my customer, my competitor will take away customer. No question. There is no question. There are a lot of research on this. The chance that you will lose your customer 5 times is the more chance to get 3 more customers. Because people trust you. That's a lead conversion tool, video testimonial. All of us have satisfied customers, but we are not converting it into a video format. The video should not be more than 2 minutes, right? So there is a science of making a video. And social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Twitter. You will be surprised, my friends. Before pandemic, 14 of Fortune 500 companies were on Instagram. Now 500 of 500 companies are on Instagram. Last year, 9% lead generation of Microsoft, which has got $120 million marketing budget. 9% of lead generation happened on Instagram, where they hardly invested 0.01% of their budget. 9%. If Microsoft type of a company is using Instagram for lead generation, we are a small medium enterprise. Should we not be using? Right? So this is the kind of preparation which we have to do in our business. This is why I say, bring in the young people to do this. One element I want to share with you here, since I touched on that subject, is that young people, when youngsters in your family join your business, I have observed this because I do a lot of family counseling, is that they do not feel a sense of ownership. You started business. You grew it with your hard work. And you grew it in the right way. At that time, that was the right way. But now they are, when they join your company, there is no method, no measurement to prove that after 1 year of working in your company, what percentage of the company's growth is because of their contribution. There is no way to find out. So where is the sense of ownership? Where is the sense of achievement? So they may not tell you, but internally they may be frustrated. Our Indian culture, our Bohri culture is like that. Children don't protest openly, right? Right? But they feel it. So I always tell business community, tell your child, boy or girl, to start export. To start something which you are not doing in your own business. And tell them I'm giving you 1 year. You are independent. Yeah, funding, etc. I will provide. Take our business global. Get into e-commerce business. And you will see sense of ownership. You will see sense of achievement. They can measure. This is what my company was not doing. Now it is happening and I own this. And you will see transformation in the business. I have hundreds of examples. I'm not talking anything theoretical. I know people who have done it. And then there are 10 steps of market entry. How many of you have heard a word called SPANCO? SPANCO. Okay. So SPANCO is an American marketing methodology. It is called suspect, prospect, approach, negotiate, close, and order. How to get an order in export market. Very interesting. It is based on HS code. So that is one method of finding a customer. That's called market entry. And strategic institutional sales. As I mentioned, US government is a buyer. I said United Nations is a buyer. United Nations is today active in 160 countries. Somewhere peacekeeping operations, somewhere disaster management, somewhere refugee management. And in Gaza now, the Gaza war was going on. And every day 300 trucks were moving from Egypt to Gaza with food material. One of my students in Mumbai is supplying 20 containers of rice every month to United Nations, which United Nations is paying. And they are supplying in war-torn zones in so many countries. One of my another student from Kanpur is supplying industrial tents to Poland because of the refugees from Ukraine. And this is an amazing strategic institutional business which happens, which all of you can participate because there is a registration process. There are such 14 institutional buyers in the world. And then opening office and warehouse abroad. When I tell this to entrepreneurs, they say, oh, this is a big deal, a lot of money needed. I'll tell you a very interesting thumb rule. Anywhere in the world, including New York, you can open an office or a warehouse for $350 per month. I think it is cheaper than Bahrain. Right? $350. If anybody interested, meet me, I'll give you the formula. We are practicing it day in and day out. We have our own offices in Tampa and Canada, and we operate on the same model. Then e-commerce as a tool of exports. All the businesses which you come from, Ibrahim shared with me some HS codes of your businesses and products. I was studying, and every business you come from, my challenge, your product is being sold on e-commerce. But are you selling? Are you selling? I'll give a very interesting example. There is a company in my student making agarbatti, third largest agarbatti manufacturer of India, incense sticks, and exporting to US big time. You will be surprised, the largest importer of incense sticks in the world is US. I mean, US is the largest in everything. So suddenly he one day called me, he said, 6 months my sales is falling. It has never happened. 15 years I am doing business in US. I'm very worried. I said, okay, let's come. Came online, we discussed, we had a 1 hour strategy session. And he said, many times it used to happen, 2-3 months sales will go down, then it will pick up. But now 6 months, continuously falling. I'm worried. We did there are some lot of interesting research tools called Jungle Scout and Bugle 10. to study online behavior, and we researched real time. And you know what I found? In US, before a year, when we were doing this research, 5% of agarbattis, incense stick, was being sold in e-commerce. And the time when we were researching, it had reached to 40%. 40% was being sold on e-commerce. And I asked him, are you on e-commerce? He says, no. I said, naturally, you are not part of the market shift. He is into the distributor model. And immediately he launched his e-commerce portal, and in 6 months he was able to recover his position. This is going to happen in every business. Every business. How many of you buy things online? Right? Wrong question. Right? How many of you sell online? 4, 5. We are buying online because we trust the products made by other people. We are not selling online. I don't want to say why. Right? We have to go online. If you are buying, why we are not selling? Every product is sold online. Again, my challenge. You come after today's my session, you come and tell me, hey, here, my product cannot be sold online. In 1 minute, I'll show you a company which is selling it online. Why we cannot sell? So it's a very good tool of export. And I'm talking from export point of view. I'm not talking of selling in Bahrain. I am talking from export point of view. And that is where warehouse comes in. Visit abroad with a B2B meeting plan, agent appointment. A lot of people tell me, oh, technology has become so advanced. Now slowly traders will go away and agents will go away. Never. Never those of you are here traders. Never. Last 1,000 years traders were there. Next 1,000 years traders will be there. If they play a role, it will never change. Agent will always remain. Tell me one thing, what is Amazon? Amazon is an agent or not? Amazon is agent. You are putting your product for sale, somebody is buying, they get a commission. What else is agent? Platform has changed, technology has changed, but Amazon is agent only. It will always remain. So agent appointment is a good method. Participating in overseas exhibitions. How many of you have taken a booth in an exhibition outside Bahrain? Okay, 1, 2. A lot of us should take. It's a very good lead generation tool. Why? It's the only method of marketing where you are standing at a place and buyers are coming to you one by one. Generally, we go to buyers, right? So I want to give you a choice. I'm giving you a choice whether you want to go and export, go and sell, or you want someone to come and buy from you. What do you want? First or second, right? Exhibition is such a platform. It's a lead generation tool. You will not get order in exhibition. You will get lead. Then you have to convert the lead, right? And joint venture route for marketing, not manufacturing. Marketing, joint venture, exporting through traders, of course, and franchise and brand approach. So they are very, very interesting. How many of you have visited any virtual expo? Virtual expo, online exhibition. This is very big fundamental change which took place in pandemic. One of my students, Pradeep in Coimbatore, he was head of IT in, what is this company? In US, our Pradeep, Goldman Sachs. He was the head of IT in Goldman Sachs in US for 10 years. And in pandemic, his senior parents were struggling. So he moved to India for good permanently. And he started a company. He did most of the virtual expos for Government of India, Export Promotion Councils that time. He has developed a tool. He can do 24/7 virtual expo into your website for your product. He can build the platform. It is very cheap. And then you say, okay, I want to run a campaign in Australia. I want Australian buyers to come to my virtual expo. He will run a campaign in Australia to get you Australian visitors as buyers, but virtual expo. And decision makers will come. Generally in an exhibition, decision maker don't come. In a virtual expo, they will come. They can come from home office anywhere. This is the technological change we need to attach to our businesses. And data is the new oil. I was telling data, when Middle East did not have oil, it was struggling in its economy. It got oil, it became rich. Now today data is the new oil. If you know how to mine data, if you know how to analyze data, and if you attach a story to it, then you are extremely competitive. A lot of us know how to mine data. Many of us don't know how to analyze data. And very, very few of us are attaching a story to the data. And the story to the data is video testimonial. Story is case studies. Story is your life story. All of us are unique. Can you show me one person in the whole world with 88.3 billion people who look exactly like you? Can you show me one person in the world who is exactly like you? There is nobody in the world. You are unique in itself. There is no question you cannot do innovation. You yourself are unique. But every one of us have a story. But we are not attaching our story to our business. Story sells, product doesn't sell. Jeff Bezos, fifth richest man of the world, still telling his story. Maybe because he wants to be fourth richest, right? But are we telling our story? And that's the Spanko model I was talking about. There is a market pipeline. So I got some products Ibrahim shared with me, paper and paper board. This is called HS codes, harmonized system code number, tissue roll. I'll give you a quick demo when I'm finished this. Knit synthetic fabric. These are some of the products you all do, right? Polyester woven fabrics, mounting fittings, bridges, bridge section. I'll pick up one example and share. Right, Arun, just remember this one code, 480262. Just remind me, 480262. And then how many of you know about TradeMap? TradeMap, International Trade Center. So TradeMap is an international trade center which is United Nations organization in Geneva, and they give you the total import market size of your product in the world. And then they give you country-wise import size. And then they give you in every country which company is importing your product. They give you they are importing from which company. They are giving what price they are importing. What else you want? So much of data is open, it is free. There is no cost to it. You should know how to check this. And then Canadian Importers Database. 140 countries in the world have put their customs data openly online. Right? I will show you the Canadian. This is the US government SAM portal I was talking to you about. Go and check today for your product. Even without registration, you can check live tenders. You cannot bid, but you can check. And you will be surprised to see live tenders for your products. So this is the theory of LinkedIn. How many of you are on LinkedIn? All right. Right. So it's called build a network before you need the network, not when you need the network. So LinkedIn is the tool by which people can find you out, because people in the world are searching, right? And this is our portal. I will request all of you to join, right? It will be my fees for today's program, right? You please follow our Export Fundas portal. You will see amazing videos, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour videos. All videos only on one subject, how to take your business global, right? All of you, I will encourage on YouTube, go to Export Fundas and follow it. Now I will like to give one example. Can you give me that box? I have something for His Excellency, and then I will tell you what it is. This is made by my student in Ahmedabad. And also for Rafiq Bhai, because he made me, I mean, he invited me to come here, if he is here. So this is Kaju Katri from Kandoi in Ahmedabad. And there is a Motichur Laddu also. He has got 16 products. He is exporting to 130 countries. 130 countries. And he has online sales portal in 15 countries. And this company is from 1845. And he writes here from 1845. That's the USP. What is the story of your business? He has put the story of his business. And His Excellency, I want to present this to you. And I am asking here in Bahrain, what is the most famous sweet? And Umali. Can we export it? I am taking the challenge. I am taking the challenge. In 3 months, I will show. Though any one of you interested, contact me. Because when I asked this person, he said, no, it cannot be. Please, sir.
Big round of applause, gentlemen, ladies.
Please. Ibrahim, for you.
Put your hands together for Mr. Safiq.
Okay. So, friends, I will now take only 5 minutes. I will like to give you a very interesting demo because I spoke a lot, but now I must prove it, right? So, I will take you through. This is internet connected, right? No. So, internet, can you connect here? This one. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So anybody has a question, please, you can ask in the meanwhile we are setting this up. Anybody has a question on what I said or whatever is in your mind? Okay. Then let me ask, how many of you are confident that you can export now? Oh, so many. Wonderful. We should record it somehow and follow up that if it is being implemented. Okay. Because my real purpose is implementation. So let me explain to you. You know, the biggest problem which a lot of companies, small, medium enterprise tell me is that they are not able to find buyers, right? That who will buy from them. Now there is a portal called Canadian Importers Database. There is Canadian Government Customs website. No registration needed. Open. Like this, more than 100 countries, data is open. Now, I'll go there, importers by product. What was that HS code? 480? No, 48. No, it has to be 6 digit. 480. Who is tissue paper? Tissue paper, who is dealing? What is the code? 262. Okay. So I have written this HS code, right? Every product has an HS code. It says paper, right? So this is, now what is this data? It says there are 25 importers in Canada who are importing 79% of total import. There are more importers, 25 importing 75. Three importers, just three importers are importing 67%. It is called major account action plan. I'll give you a thumb rule. In any country in the world, in any product, 70% of the business is done by 30% of the companies in that business. So here also Canadian government is doing the data analysis for you. Look at the power of data analysis. And who are the buyers? These are the buyers. These are the buyers. They are already importing. Why will they not import from you? If you have done your preparation well, if you are able to give confidence to the buyer that you are a good company. And a lot of people say price. A lot of people say, no, price, India is cheaper, China is cheaper. We are importing. Where is the question of exporting? The concept is called third country business. Why is it necessary to export Bahrain products? Of course, you have to do that. You can buy from China and export to Canada. You know Mitsubishi? Everybody heard Mitsubishi name? Mitsubishi? 70% of Mitsubishi turnover is trading. Top 100 Indian companies by corporate, including Tata and Reliance. Top 100. 60% average their business comes from trading. Trading is a very important part of business, whether you are manufacturer or trader. And it has to be global. You can do trade globally. Now these are the companies. Very simple what you have to do. You pick up one company. Just pick up one company. Go to LinkedIn. I was asking you how many of you are LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn. Yeah, I'll close. I'm done. And try to find people who are working. It is called man, a person, he or she, who has money, authority, and need. Money, authority, and need. And I'll try to find people working in this company. Okay. So, I think this setting has changed. So I will explain the process because I think this LinkedIn is having problem. Just pick up this company name, go to LinkedIn. You will be able to see all the employees working on that in that company, and from the designation you will know whom to contact and make a connection. Send a request to connect. I'll tell you now a very interesting thing to close that. On a LinkedIn, never start when somebody accepted your request. Never start talking about business. Get into conversation. Let them know you first. The theory is people do business with people first, company second, product third, price fourth. People do business with people first, 35% decision making. 25% company, 60% done. Product 20%, price 20%. A lot of people tell me, no, you are wrong. Everything is price. You know why? Because this too is weak. Tell me what is the price of Nike sports shoes? How much Nike sports shoes in Bahrain? Adidas, Reebok, Puma? How much? $200. And how much is another brand? Unbranded is how much? $15. So is Nike selling or not? Why should it sell? It is costly, no? You will say it is a brand. But do you know Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Puma, all four are trading companies, no one factory. They have no factory. Are trading companies. And they started so small, 2-3 people. How is it they became big? It is through adopting the preparation steps. Brand became later. From day one, they had the quality. What was the important thing? Quality. Quality makes a brand. Advertising doesn't make a brand. You do any amount of advertising, if you are not good quality, you can't build a brand. So these are the process. It is very, very simple, and not finding a buyer is not difficult. The thing I want to close my experience sharing with you by saying that preparation. If you work on preparation, the world market is there. And we are here. Arunodaya Ganguly, he owns our franchise. We have franchise in 9 countries, 22 states of India. And Moinuddin is here. He is our franchise owner in Tamil Nadu. Pragati is here. Where is Pragati? Yeah, she is our franchise holder in Delhi. And we are all here to work with you. And I am working now on 2 missions here with some companies. We have initiated in US to set up a special economic zone. We have just initiated it. We are in the process of documentation. And second, we are planning to organize Vibrant Bahrain Global Expo and Summit next year in November. So this is what I want to leave you with and encourage you to participate and connect to us. My phone number and email, everybody can get. You can just Google. If you Google, you will get it. It's all over. But those of you who may be interested, my direct phone number is there. My mobile is there. My social media is there. My philosophy is action at the speed of thought. I am an entrepreneur. Thought comes to my mind, I do it. I don't do break-even analysis. I don't do profit and loss possibility. I do it. My gut feel says do it, do it. 8 of the 10 times I fail. 2 times each of my 8 companies is world leader. I'm proud to say without arrogance, right? And the most important feature of an entrepreneur is action. If you believe in something, do it, right? And what is gut feeling? Gut feeling? Gut feeling is our stomach, right? You want to get a positive gut feeling for creativity, never eat junk food. With junk food in your stomach, there is no question of positive gut feeling, right? And our Bohri community, what an amazing model you have built of the kitchen, and we have kept the women free from that routine. It's an example for the world. I don't think any other community does that, right? So food is such an important ingredient of an entrepreneur. So never eat junk food. Pardon? What is gut feeling in terms of? That feeling is the feeling of creativity which leads to innovation. Tell me everyone, His Excellency raised a very interesting point. Tell me everyone, does it happen to you that you get suddenly you get a great idea? Does it happen? Does it happen to you that sometimes you read in newspaper and TV that, oh, this person did like this. Oh, 2 years back I was thinking to do like this. Does it happen? Yes or no, loudly? That is what happens when your gut is clean. But what is the difference between getting a creative thought and execution is entrepreneurship. A lot of people get creative thought. Those who implement become innovator and they grow their business. So a lot of us get thoughts, very few of us implement because we forget it. We don't do anything about it. That's why I say action at the speed of thought. The moment a thought comes, do it. Do it. No problem. It's okay. What is the American philosophy? My last sentence, sorry. I learn and I follow. It's okay to fail. Fail early and fail small. It's okay to fail. The foundation of innovation is failure. It's okay to fail. Fail early, fail small. And you will see transformation in your business. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes.
Wow, wow. What a great investment of time.
There is a question. So what is junk food? I mean, that's very difficult to answer, right? But to me, like even samosa is a junk food, right? Anything deep fried, right? Pardon? Yeah, so junk food definition is different for every human. Every human body reacts differently to different food. But junk food generally to me is like, I would even say McDonald's, what McDonald's serves. Or you know.
Food is intake. Food is taking in. In terms of running a business, what is wrong intake?
Yeah, so I always tell, a lot of my students tell me that, sir, you are saying don't eat junk food, but I am producing junk food. I say produce and sell, don't eat. Right? So if you are in that business, I mean, you have to decide. So it is their business, right? But don't eat yourself. So it's a very very debatable subject, that junk food. But I have a lot of thoughts on that, but we need a lot of time to discuss that. But a very, very nice question. Yeah. So anything else? Yeah, please.
So just to elaborate on His Excellency's question, what are the red flags in export or business? What are any red flags you
Yeah,
would
so
warn us?
very nice, very nice. So red flags, number one, I always tell everybody in business, never give credit in export. Whenever anybody calls my student, I have taught them like that. They say, oh, I want 90 days credit. My students reply, listen, I am not in finance business. I am manufacturing this product. You want 90 days credit? Go to your bank. They will give you credit. I am not in finance business. To me, red flag, credit. In Indian case, it is not so bad. I don't know about Bahrain, because in India, Government of India in 1959 created an organization which is called ECGC, Export Credit Guarantee Corporation. If you give credit to somebody, government gives insurance. You have to pay premium. Insurance. And if the buyer doesn't pay, government will pay you and government will recover from its legal channel. We are small, medium enterprise. We do not have the way to fight legal battles, right? We are entrepreneurs. But this is protection is there. So it's okay. But you have to do the due diligence of the buyer in a process. I don't know if that type of insurance is there in Bahrain. Safa?
For the exporters, we provide something called as the export credit insurance. Export Bahrain is the only entity that provides that. It's very unique, where we support our businesses against any sort of a loss from a default in payment by international buyers.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, during the pandemic, this product was very popular, and our exports, our MSME exports in specific, increased 70% more than pre-pandemic levels. It's
right.
because that this product in specific gave a lot of confidence for our businesses to actually export in international markets, where the buyer did not, really require any sort of an advance payment. So this is one very unique initiative that we provide as part of Export Bahrain.
Wonderful, wonderful. So then you are in a safer hand. Then another is certifications. Another red flag is certifications. There are a lot of products, particularly two types, whatever touches skin, like cosmetics and all, and whatever is consumed by human, food or pharmaceutical, it requires certifications in many countries. So make sure that you have certification in place. Otherwise, in any case, the customs in that country will not allow you to get into the country. So certifications is a red flag, and that is what, if you had seen the list I had shown on preparation, I had put one of the conditions as certifications. So that is, you have to make sure that that is there. And third, of course, is quality, as I mentioned. There is no alternate to that. You cannot at all compromise on quality. And that is why my theory is that whenever you get a first export order, each and every box, each and every product should be inspected by you personally as an entrepreneur, particularly when it is a first shipment, because then it will create a process, SOP, and everybody in your company will follow that, right? So you have to make sure that there is no quality compromise, because if once name is spoiled, it is spoiled forever, right? In every country in the world, in every product related segment, everybody knows everybody. So the word will spread very fast that this company cannot be trusted. So there is no compromise on quality. Again, similarly on packaging and on communication. Very important red flag, communication. If you get an inquiry, you should reply in 2 minutes. Even if your reply is, thank you very much, received, give me 1 day to come back to you. That is called speed of communication. Yeah.
Dr. Shah, I am sure you want to continue, and I'm sure everybody wants to listen to you as well. But if you don't mind, in the meantime, we continue with Her Excellency
Yes, please,
Safa
absolutely.
Sharif Abdul Khaleq to tell us the strategy of Bahrain.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and this platform to share a few words with you. But it's not fair. You let me talk after Dr. Shah. It is really not fair. I mean, I can't really say anything from my script anymore. He just said everything, and there's nothing left for me to say. And honestly, I don't think anyone would have explained it better than Dr. Shah. I think me myself have really learned a lot of things today from his talk. And what I wanted to say is that I think today in the world of startup and innovation and business, 7 years is considered as a lifetime. I mean, come on, 7 years is considered almost a decade. And today, I'm very proud to tell you that Export Bahrain is officially 7 years young. 7 years anniversary. And if I could say it myself, we're not only surviving, but we are thriving. When we started this journey, I think our mission, our objective was very simple, but very bold. And as you rightly mentioned, it was to take our local Bahraini businesses to become global names, to take our incredible local businesses, be it products or services, to not only access international markets, but we wanted them to conquer international markets. So that's where a program like today's, that's where your speech, Dr. Shah, and Expothons as such comes in and kicks in. I always think of these events as a boot camp to take your ideas into global ambitions. It's not just, and what I think what you were trying to say in your speech is that it is not only about entering international markets, accessing international markets, but it's more about, as I said, conquering them and dominating those international markets, which is, I do understand it's not easy, takes time, but it is not something that is not possible. Myself representing today Export Bahrain and with the other stakeholders, and I'm very happy to say that one of my partners, whom I consider as a family, who is an extended member of Export Bahrain, such as Mr. Juzair from Lulu Group, is we try in Bahrain, as Team Bahrain, to take out the complexities. Mr. Juzair, if you agree with me, that's, I think, what we do on a daily basis. We try to take out the complexities for our businesses to access global markets and replace it with more clarity, with the right strategy, as you mentioned, and with the right connections. By the way, off topic, You mentioned a lot about Ahmedabad and Gujarat, right? I studied in India, but I've never visited Gujarat. But my brother, Mr. Jose, took me to the best Gujarati restaurant here in Bahrain. And inshallah, one day I get the opportunity to visit Gujarat personally. So back to the speech, I think what we have in our toolkit, it's basically three things. Number one is our policies, where we have worked to make Bahrain, with our partners, Bahrain's export landscape very open and very business friendly. And I always say that Bahrain is not only business friendly, but we are people friendly as well. We have cut through the red tape so that you could focus on shipping tapes. Then we have a lot of incentives. Many of our incentives include, providing the right access and information, a wealth of information to our businesses to actually enter any new international markets. We support our businesses with shipping and logistics. If you come to us, you are actually given 60 to 80% below what the businesses get if they go directly. And as a matter of fact, we're now celebrating Export Week. And this Export Week is actually extended for almost 2 months, and we have series of engagements and series of workshops and sessions where you would be provided with a wealth of information and knowledge, so you're more than welcome to attend. And yesterday, we had a full-fledged workshop to take the businesses and handhold them through the market map. And some of we can actually customize information to inform our businesses like who their competitors are actually dealing with in those international markets. At what rates are their competitors buying those initiatives and those products, which makes it very easy for our businesses in Bahrain to close the deals. And of course, our benefits, I think for us, is more than just the revenue. I think it's more about the resilience. And now more than ever, our businesses have realized that having international business models is no more a luxury, but it is a necessity. And if you have an export-oriented model, I think you have the right strategy, you can diversify, you are supporting yourself to innovate, and you're definitely future-proofing your company. So for me, it's not about selling. When I talk about exporting, it's not about selling a product or service. I always tell my team that it is about selling a piece of Bahrain's reputation when it comes to quality and standards. And by the way, Dr. Shah, to let you know that Export Bahrain is led and run 98% by women. So I'm very proud on, when it comes to, and my team is here, they are the engines of Export Bahrain. So on our 7th year anniversary, I think the best gift that you could give to Export Bahrain and to my team is basically what we could receive is to see more of you, to see more of our local businesses leverage on events as such, leverage on these expothons. And I know it sounds dramatic, but I always say that let us be the wind in your sails to navigate the new horizons. So here's to 7 years of building the bridges, and here's to you, whom I considered to being the next wave of export champions. I hope I was short and sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency. This was very impactful, very powerful. Dr. Shah showed us the dream, and you already showed us how to make it reality. So very well said. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request His Excellency Mr. Kinana Bhai Saheb Jamaluddin to come on stage and say a few words with us. Thank you. Big round of applause, guys.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسوله محمد المصطفى وآله الطيبين الطاهرين أما بعد. I will switch between 3 languages, that would be Arabic, English, and our local Dawoodi Zaban or Gujarati like, so it's more expressive and I can understand you, you can understand me. Excuse me for my health, I've just returned from Umrah, and the air-conditioned system during the Saya was so cold that I caught the cold with me. Really, they have to do something about it. It's between Safa and Marwa, it's really cold. and most of the times that I be there, I catch this cold and take it with me back to the UAE. My experience there in Mecca, Medina, in UAE, and sharing my experience with you here in Bahrain. Allah Ta'ala says, لِإِلَافِ قُرَيْشِ إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. In English, some of the translators say so. For the protection of the clan of Quraysh, their protection during their trading caravans in winter and in summer. So let them serve the Lord of this house, who feeds them against hunger and gives them security against fear. In this surah, Allah Ta'ala speaks about three things. Let's understand those three things. First, which is expressed last, would be your conviction towards Almighty. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. Okay, the business world is the business world, but He is the provider. He is the provider. You need to do what is required for Him, towards Him, which would be your prayers. Ibadat karvi lazim છે. Ibadat બગેર અલ્લાહને યાદ કીધા બગેર કોઈ બિઝનેસમાં ફ્લરિશ થવું પોસિબલ નથી. ફર્સ્ટ પોઈન્ટ. અને ઇબાદતના સાથે એનાથી પ્રોટેક્શન તલબ કરવું જોઈએ. અલ્લઝી અતઅમહુમ મિન જુઈન, that is the business outcome. એનાથી ફાયદો મિલો. બીજું આમનહુમ મિન ખૌફિન. આજે દુનિયાના અંદર બિઝનેસ દેખીએ તો there are many protection systems for business. ડૉક્ટર સાહેબે બી એની વાત કીધી કે ભાઈ there are insurance systems, etc., government systems which are going to protect your business. But again, against natural calamities, against these things, it is only He who can protect you. So morning ma namaz parvu, salatul yawmiya lazim, dua o Quran parvu lazim. એના સિવાય નહીં થયા. રોજની ઇબાદત જરૂરી છે, કેમ કે એ જ આપે છે. અતામહુમ મિન જુઈન, એ જ પ્રોટેક્શન કરે છે. આમનહુમ મિન ખૌફ. સો મેં જે થર્ડ પોઈન્ટ હતી આયતના અંદર સુરતમાં એને ફર્સ્ટ એક્સપ્રેસ કરી ચૂકો, which is the connection with you, with Him, between you and Him. એ હોવું જોઈએ. ઇબાદના દરમિયાન અને માબૂદના દરમિયાન કનેક્શન બગેર વેપાર નહીં થઈ શકતો. હવે એની ગ્લોબાલિટી યા ગ્લોબલ પર્સ્પેક્ટિવ આપું ચાહું છું ડૉક્ટરની પરમિશનથી કે He is a global provider. So when you connect with Him, He gives you roots to be a global businessman. સગલાના પ્રોવાઈડર એ છે. તો He will show you. એક્સપ્રેસ કીધું બાદ વખત જે ગટ ફિલિંગની વાત કીધી ને, I was trying to lead him to this. That gut feeling is His benevolence on you. He's showing you the way forward. So when He is providing for everyone and you connect with Him daily in your 5 times prayers, He shows you the way forward. This is point number 1. It's point number 3, but it's point number 1 in its importance. Now we go to the other 2 points. First is لِإِلَافِ قُرَيْشِ. So capitalizing on your strategic position. Quraysh in the Holy Lands at that time were in a strategic position, which is the Middle East. They were the connectors of the global trade routes. From Southeast Asia, Asia, all the trade was coming towards Yemen. And from there, they were the people who were going down to take it to the European side, the northern side. So you need to capitalize on your position. Bahrain as such have in the early days, before this oil explosion, Bahrain was the center of the trade routes in the Middle East. So why have we lost that? It should be there. You need to capitalize on your position. You need to capitalize on your integrity. Quraysh had a value system in place with their community. They were trusted people. કુરેશની તારીખ દેખશો તો ભરોસામંદ લોકો હતા, કેમ કે એના પાસે એમ હતું કે વી આર ધી કસ્ટોડિયન્સ ઓફ ધી, આજે જેમ સોરી એને આઈ એમ નોટ સેઇંગ કે રાઇટ ઓર રોંગ, બટ ટુડે ધી કિંગ ઓફ KSA is known as the custodian of the holy mosques. Actually, the custodianship was with Quraysh. And that custodianship, Allah's gift, yes, but it was a value system. Je like aptly Dr. Sahibe kiddu ke bhai product value, quality. And ye badi cheez ke that is going to call for your, who are they? The trusted people. As Dawoodi Bohras, if we talk about ourselves, apni ek brand value che. Their brand value શું છે કે do not cheat anyone, always pious, always true to your words. આ મિસલની જે બ્રાન્ડ વેલ્યુ છે તે બ્રાન્ડ વેલ્યુ મેન્ટેન કરવી જોઈએ, કે જે કુરેશ પાસે હતી, જે કુરેશની આ બ્રાન્ડ વેલ્યુના સબબથી એ શું કરી શકા કે they could be the mediators between the north and the south, or between the east and the west. એક્સપોર્ટની વાત કરશો, ગ્લોબલાઇઝેશનની વાત કરશો તો લોકો તમારા ઉપર ભરોસો કરવાના પહેલે તમારી વેલ્યુ સિસ્ટમને, હવે ये વેલ્યુ સિસ્ટમ આપણે કહાંથી લઈએ છીએ કે આપણા બુઝુર્ગોથી, elders or the leadership in the community. This value system should be there. Third, ઇલાફિહિમ રહલત શિતાએ વસ્સૈફ. જે ડૉક્ટર સાહેબે કહ્યું તેના ઉપર એક્સપાન્ડ કરું છું કે એક્શન કંઈ કરતા હતા કે હા અમે તો વી આર જસ્ટ સિટિંગ હિયર એટ ધ ક્રોસ રોડ્સ ઓફ સિવિલાઇઝેશન એન્ડ ડુઈંગ નથિંગ. એમ નહોતું. They were going north in the summer months, going south in the winter months. And by movement, endeavor, કોશિશ, મહેનત, એના સબબથી આ ચીજ અચીવ કરી. ઓકે, વેલ્યુ સિસ્ટમ હતી, અલ્લાહની બેનેવલન્સ હતી, મગર જસ્ટ નોટ સિટ ઓન ઇટ. આજે બહેરેનના અંદર ઇફ વી હેવ ઓલ ધીસ, ગવર્મેન્ટ સપોર્ટ છે, બિઝનેસ કમ્યુનિટી સપોર્ટ છે, આ મિસલનું પ્રોગ્રેસ છે, સોરી, તેના સાથે જરૂરી એ છે કે આપણે મહેનત કરવી જોઈએ. મહેનત નહીં કરો, કોશિશ નહીં કરો તો અચીવમેન્ટ નહીં થાય. વિલ યુ સપોર્ટ મી ઇન દેટ ડૉક્ટર? અમે તો અહીંયા ઘણી ક્લોઝડ કમ્યુનિટી છે, ઘણી રિલેક્સ કમ્યુનિટી છે. કોઈએ કહ્યું, હમણાં આ એમ્બેસિડર સાહેબે કહ્યું, યા બીજા કોઈએ કહ્યું કે ભાઈ આ ઘણું પીસફુલ છે. જેમ આફ્રિકનના શ્રીલંકાનું એક્ઝામ્પલ આપીએ, આફ્રિકન કમ્યુનિટીનું એક્ઝામ્પલ આપીએ. Some the day is 6 to 6. 6 to 6, which is a complacency situation. Okay, you start the day at 6, you finish at 6. But that is not for us. If you want to progress, લોકો 9 to 8 કહે છે. મેં મારા એક્ઝામ્પલ યુએઈનો આપું તો 5:30 to 10ની વાત કરીશ. મહેનત કરવું જરૂરી છે. હવે મહેનતના અંદર આઈ એમ નોટ સેઇંગ જે ફર્સ્ટ પોઈન્ટ હતી તેને લૂઝ કરજો. યોર કમિટમેન્ટ ટુવર્ડ્સ હિમ હેઝ ટુ બી પાર્ટ ઓફ યોર ડેલી એન્ડેવર્સ. પણ એન્ડેવરના અંદર કોશિશ મહેનત કરવી છે. બેઠા રહેશો તો કંઈ નહીં થાય. તો તીસરી પોઈન્ટ ઇલાફ હિમ રહેલત શિતાએ વસૈફ, મહેનત કરીને જાતા. કહ્યું ડૉક્ટરે બી એપ્લી કહ્યું કે ભાઈ એક્સપોઝ હોય તેમાં જાઓ. તમે ત્યાં જ બેઠા છે? નો, Go out, visit centers, visit people, expose માં જાઓ, connections પેદા કરો, કરશો તો export કરી શકશો. So I just wanted to give you a religious aspect and a social, communal aspect to the whole business forum. That is what I do best. खुदा ताला मने भी यारी आपे, आप सगला ने भी यारी आपे. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Shukran, His Excellency. Thank you very much. It's mere our naseeb ke aaj aapne humne sunnu naseeb thayu. I really appreciate the three-dimensional clarity on what we should do on a daily basis, from the theory point of view, from the government point of view, and from yourself. Thank you very much. Now I would like again you to come on stage, His Excellency, and give a few token of appreciations with Josefa Bhai Sahib, please. Big round of applause. May I request Miss Fatima Mahdi, Business Development Manager, if she around. Can I request Mr. Yusuf Lori, please? Yusuf, Mr. Yusuf. Mr. Muhammad Mansoor, please. Big round of applause for Mr. Muhammad Mansoor for being with us here today. Thank you. Dr. Jagat Shah, please come on stage. It's just a token of appreciation. We need all your slides, presentation, information you shared with us, please. Thank you very much, Dr. Saib, for all insights. Miss Fatima Mahdi, please come on stage. Big round of applause for Miss Fatima Mahdi. Your presence is appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you, Janab. Thank you. Shukran, Bhai Sahib. I request all TR team to come on stage. Such opportunities are very rare, and we are very grateful for your presence. You took a time and all the way you came. It is really appreciated. Thank you very much. Shukran, Jazakallah khair. Last but not the least, the seed for this event was by Ibrahim Shafiq. So please give a big round of applause to Ibrahim. And I would like to thank the full TR. I would like to thank full TR and PR team to make it happen. We need to meet again, and when Dr. Saab comes next time, I think we need a stadium and a full day. Thank you very much.